WWE did the Horseman DVD out,
Right.
and Arn Anderson, on his comments on you, he said you did great interviews. He said you were very powerful, but you weren't a team player. How do you respond to that?
You know, this is what happened there, and this is why they're all saying I'm not team players. No, they asked me to do that video or that DVD.
Okay.
The Horseman deal. Well, as a matter of fact, I've been trying to negotiate a new deal with these folks.
Okay.
And I told them straight up that I've got plans, and if I do get to come back, I don't want to water myself down with something I really had nothing to do with the Horsemen.
Right.
And if I do come back, I don't want them to see that first. I want them to see me and maybe a new character.
Right.
I might be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you've been out of the spotlight.
Right. I could do a different character.
Exactly.
And one, I've got a really good idea for one. So that's one reason I think him and Flair had a couple bad things to say about me about not being a team player, because I wasn't interested in doing the Horseman thing. And that's something that you got to realize that means a lot to them, because they really was the foundation of that.
Yeah.
I was honored to be a part of it, but I never felt like that was my career.
Yeah. And Ric Flair was very harsh on you, and he called you an embarrassment and said, he's an embarrassment. I want to make sure that you keep this on the DVD.
You know what? I have to say, Rick, face to face, has only been good to me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Saying that, first when I hear that, it sounds like a little disappointment from him, because they're saying, now they could have twisted it to him, Arn, this different way. Well, Sid just now, we begged him and we told him we'd pay him. He just didn't want to have nothing to do with this thing and blah, blah, blah. It sounds like a little bit of someone, their feelings were hurt there.
Sure.
Now, being a disappointment or embarrassment to this business.
That's his quote, an embarrassment.
Well, okay, let's just say this. Who really is the bigger embarrassment in this business? And that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Is it someone who, like me, has only had really only one, thing over my head that was really not my fault, or him who's had a cast of stupid things he's done his whole life. But on the other side of it, he's a great entertainer, for what he is. But for him to, have been that jealous, it could have been a lot of things. I don't mind saying this. In this business, since I've been in it, I've outdone Ric Flair 100-1 in drawing money. And that's what the name of the game is. Mm-hmm. I've been main event where he had been really main event for a long time. I was main event 90% of my career. Mm-hmm. So maybe more than that. And when I wasn't main event, they put me in the main event anyway, because Ric Flair and those people couldn't follow me. So if there were anything, it sounded like to me someone's feelings were hurt. Mm-hmm. Team player, Arn has to know I'm a team player because he worked as an agent. When I was in, worked for WCW, they'd come to me. I did a job every night.
Right.
I never had a problem with that. So it sounds like just a little problem with everyone that I didn't do the Horseman thing.
Just had a conversation with Paul Orndorff the other day, and his opinion is that Flair got the push that he had because he was a good politicker and kissed a lot of rear ends. Do you agree with him?
I'll say a little bit, probably so, but then you got to realize Ric Flair was, after Harley Race, he was one of the last real world champions. He went from territory to territory working as a world champion, working hour matches every night. I just think he was in a good place at a good time, and then his name and character and persona just followed him, and I think still follows him today. I definitely don't think he's in the business today because of being an ass kisser. I think he's in there because of his ability to work.